welcome back. So today we are going to be talking about a staple, an essential, a must-do every single Monday, at least in my household. If you rewind 7 years ago to the point where I was 288 pounds, morbidly obese, busting out of a size 22, I literally ate, not an exaggeration, according to my cravings, pretty much on a daily basis. I did not eat according to my goals. I did not limit myself a whole lot, clearly, by the evidence that I was 288 pounds, busting out of a size 22. And when I first started trying to lose weight, I had the mindset of, you know what? I can lose weight. I don't need to get the junk out of my house. I can just have self-control. No, I cannot. I did not wind up 288 pounds by accident. I got there because I had developed some bad habits when it came to eating. So I quickly realized that it wasn't about trying to resist the bad foods. By having those bad foods that tempted me, by having the foods that were junk foods, my trigger foods inside of my house was expecting myself to be Jesus, expecting myself to be perfect, expecting myself to have willpower that I hadn't built yet. Willpower is a muscle. So the more you use it, the stronger it gets. Well, I did not have very strong willpower when it came to resisting my favorite foods 6-7 years ago. That had to develop over time. And even still today, losing 161 pounds, going from a size 22 down to a size 2, I have pretty good willpower. I've strengthened that muscle quite a bit. However, I still have trigger foods. I still have foods that tempt me. I still have foods that should not be open in my pantry throughout the week. And, now that I'm maintaining a size 2, I can eat quite a bit more. You can always eat more when you're maintaining versus when you're losing. But so the way it typically rolls around our household, Monday through Friday night, it's pretty clean. So we eat a lot of protein, a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables. There's not a lot of junk that we eat during that time. And then the weekends, Friday night is my husband and I's date night. Saturday is our family night, where we have family dinner with my parents. And then Sunday is typically something as a family. So during the weekends, we grill out, I make bread, we have desserts. And so throughout the weekend, junk food, sugar addiction, carbohydrates navigate into the pantry. Okay, so I'm going to show you what my pantry looks like on Monday mornings when I open the pantry, and then what it looks like when I'm done successifying it. Because if you want to have success, it's pretty dang simple. If you want success, you have to set yourself up for success. You have to prepare for success. What most of us do, and what I used to do, is I did not prepare at all, and I hoped for the best. There's a difference between saying, here's where I'm at, here's where I am, here's where I want to be, let me wing it and hope for success, versus here's where I'm at, here's where I want to be, let me prepare for success, and then you're more than 10xing your likelihood that you're actually going to get there. More than half the battle with success is preparing for it. And this was something I never used to do. So let's go ahead and take a look inside the pantry. Here's a look at my snack shelf after the weekend. It always looks messier. And so let's start going through this baby. So I'm gonna be pulling out of here anything that does not line up with our weekly goals. So if your goal is to lose weight, if your goal is to put on muscle, if your goal is to lose fat and keep muscle, whatever your goals are, you look at that thing and you say, does this line up with my goal? And the goal is not eat myself into a food coma. So let's go ahead and start attacking this stuff. Tortilla chips coming out of there. Ooh, we got some delicious Smart Sweets coming out of there. Salmon jerky, that's coming out of there for the weekend. Ooh, some dark chocolate almond butter. One of these babies is left. This is a dark chocolate coconut bar coming out. We can leave the nuts in. Coconut chips. That doesn't line up with my goals this week. Some shredded coconut that's coming out. And so that's what I'm gonna leave in there for this week. And I'll explain in a second. So this week left in the pantry, I have some popcorn, slivered almonds, some rice cakes, some protein bars, and some walnuts. That is what's left on my snack shelf for this week. All this junk that I took out of the pantry is going to, original cheese bread, gluten-free, 16 rolls. Not making that this week. This is all going to go to a hands-off, not in Carmen's kitchen zone. Here's all the extra junk food in my basement, out of sight, out of reach. All right, so as you saw in both of those clips, you saw my pantry before. You saw us pull out all the junk. And there's certain weeks where, you know, in our house, we might have an extra bag of pretzels or some Cheez-Its or some veggie straws. But every week as a family, we have a goal, knowing what vacations are coming up, what birthday parties are coming up. For the past 8 weeks, my family, or a little bit more, we've been eating more junk than we normally would. And so we decided as a family, we're gonna take a 2-week non-junk food eating period. And we are so knowing that this Monday, when I'm cleaning out my pantry, what is our family goal? What is my individual goal if you don't have a family? What is my weight loss goal? What is my health goal? And as I'm looking at my pantry, it's okay, does this line up with it? And if it doesn't, it comes out. And you wanna find a place in your house. I have a basement and we have this little nook that's behind this curtain. It's got some shelves in there. And that's where our junk food lives. The Pop-Tarts for the kids, the cereal, the popcorners, the potato chips, the pretzels, the gummy whatevers, all that stuff lives down there in the basement behind the curtain on the shelves. It's just harder to get. So whether you have a space in your garage, whether you have a cupboard on the top of your refrigerator, wherever you, like I have to get a chair to get into that cupboard. Whether you have someplace in your house that's out of sight, out of mind, hard to get to, and really making sure every Monday you're going into your pantry and you're aligning what's in your house to eat is lining up with your goals. And so like that partially open bag of tortilla chips, what we used to do was finish off the bag of tortilla chips. Now I just wind it up really tight, we seal it up, and then, you know, normally the next weekend it can come back out. So it's not that we don't ever eat the junk. It's 80-20. 80% of the time we eat healthy. We eat balanced, nutritious meals. We eat to fuel our body. 20% of the time we eat because it tastes doggone it good and it's freaking yummy. And so it's not about being all or nothing. Your body is a sum of what you do most of the time. It's not a sum of what you do some of the time. And I was a weight loss failure for a decade, guys, a decade. I tried for a decade to keep the junk in my house. I tried for a decade to say, oh, I've got kids. Oh, I've got this. Oh, I've got that. I've got to have the junk. And it wasn't until I started setting myself up for success and I stopped expecting myself to have the junk without eating it. And look, like we have kids, we have small kids. And sure, they're like, Mom, is there sugar in this? My son was looking at the Smart Sweets this morning before we cleaned out the pantry. And he was like, Mom, can I have these? And I said, well, does that line up with what we said we were gonna do? And he goes, no, but these are healthy ones, right? I said, yes, but, and so he's like, no, okay, I'll have an apple. And so not only is it our entire family rallying around, not to be a certain weight on the scale, but just to be healthy and give me a break. Like all of us can't go without sugar for a week or two. But it's teaching my kids healthy habits as well, which is gonna make them less likely to have weight issues in the future. So again, even with my kids, it's not about not having sugar, it's about balance. Do they need chocolate cake every day? No. Do they need pizza every day? Do they need McDonald's every day? No, but can they have it in moderation? Abso-freaking-lutely. And so anyway, let me know in the comments. I would love to know what some of your trigger foods are. My trigger foods are dried fruit, trail mix, peanut butter, and like chocolate, like candy bars. Those are my trigger foods. But I would love to know in the comments, what are some of your trigger foods? What is in danger of being extinct when it is around you? And if you have not, make sure to hit the red subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. We do upload Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays here on the channel. Make sure to ring the bell so that you don't miss any of the tips here on the channel. And thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next one.